Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of Casual Convo. Today we have the lovely Bibi. Fun fact,
Hi,
Bibi does have a face. Here it
I
is. Yay!
have a face.
So this is Bibi from Pure Red Velvet. I have all of her information in the description box below, so please do check out her channel and her other platforms if you're not already familiar. So, before you tell us a little bit about yourself, I wanted to ask you because some of your platforms, the name of like your one account is like Matrimony Forever, and I
Mhm.
was curious about how you came up with that name.
I get that question a lot.
Okay.
So, when I first got an Instagram, it was like 2011,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna name my profile? And like, the word matrimony is so like it's always been so beautiful to me, the way it looks, the way it sounds, and then its meaning. Like I've always been kind of a romantic, and don't mind my dog. He's playing with my cat. I've been a romantic, and like growing up, one of my favorite movies was like Romeo and Juliet. And
Mhm.
so I don't know, it just had this like lore to it in my head. And so I was matrimony. And then for a split second, I probably like 6 or 7 years ago, I decided to change it. I changed it for like 15 seconds. And in that
Yeah.
15 seconds, like a bot took my name. And
Oh.
I was like, what am I going to do? This is my whole brand. Like, I can't. And so then I was like, oh, no, wait, I have the best idea. Because I'm also like 80s and 90s pop culture junkie.
Mhm.
So I was like, no, we're going to do a Winona/Wino forever moment. And it's just going to be like my legacy, my like leveling up, and it's matrimony forever now.
That's hilarious. I love that. I love that. That's amazing. All right,
It's
let's just
fun.
quickly say hi to some of the people in the chat. Hello, and Tiny Trinkets and Tarot,
Hi.
Julia Bada. I hope I'm saying that right. Dippity Doo. Hello. Hi, Gigi. And hello, Starla Burst and IA from Bogota, Colombia. Nice. And hi, Lindy, and everyone else joining or watching the playback. So, for anybody who is not already familiar, well, hello, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, Jamie. So, for anybody who is maybe not so familiar, because you are a new tarot tuber, or newer, maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. I grew up in Orange County, and I live in LA, and I work in skincare, but my passions are the arts. So anything having to do, like I said, with pop culture,
Mhm.
music, film, um, the fine arts. That's kind of why, LA is such a hub for those things.
Yes,
And so
yes.
I kind of knew that that's where I would end up. Right now,
Mhm.
I'm downtown. I don't think I'll be here forever.
Okay.
But it was interesting moving here during the pandemic.
Yeah.
The panini, as we like to call it.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Pandemic
I'm just,
stress.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also am a poet, and I'm working on publishing a zine, and you guys will hear more about that once it's coming to fruition. It'll probably be on
Awesome.
Kickstarter.
Awesome. Very nice. So we have Dippity Doo says, we love being able to put a face to the hand. Yes, agreed. Good to see Bibi on here. Absolutely. Hello, Marlene. How are you?
Hi.
All right. Okay, so let me see here. Are we ready for the icebreaker, firsts and favorites?
Sure. I've
All
got
right.
my lavender latte. I'm ready to
All
go.
right, let's do it. Okay, let's start with the firsts. First deck you remember being gifted to you.
Okay. So, did I bring it? Hold on. Oh my gosh. I set it aside. Okay. Well, say anything. The
Sam.
Oracle, the Octospaman Oracle.
Okay.
That was a
Huh.
gift. But most of my
Hmm.
decks I purchased for myself. So
Yeah.
it's very rare that I get a gift. And if I do, it's one that I put on a list for someone.
Hmm.
Elfie's gonna be in and out.
That's
This
all
is
right.
um
We love her.
so yeah, like I don't have a lot of tarot friends IRL.
Mhm.
This is like my space where my friends that I get to geek out on tarot with.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the say anything. Oh, I have it right here. I'll show it.
Yeah.
This guy.
Oh, that one. Okay, I do know that one. I have
This was
seen
a
that one.
Christmas present. So it's an
Oh,
Oracle
nice.
/ Thoth-based deck.
Yeah, I have seen that one. I have been definitely tempted by that one. Hello, Sarah Waterchild Tarot. She says, "Hi, y'all. Look, it's Bibi's face. I know it's gorgeous."
I have one. I'm not like disembodied hands. Like
And Marlon is asking, "Oh, how many Geminis in here?"
Gemini queens.
Yes, hello. Got my Gemini necklace on and everything.
I love that.
Okay. All right. First deck that you ever gifted someone else.
So I've gifted my mom a lot of decks, especially ones that, I didn't necessarily connect with.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first deck I gifted someone else was the Fountain Tarot.
Okay.
And it was to my cousin who is into tarot. She has a smaller collection.
Okay.
But I just felt like she's a Virgo, and it just felt like an airy, even though Virgo's Earth, I feel like Virgo is the air of Earth, right? So like it just felt right. It felt like beautiful and like clean lines and organized and structured in the way that like a Virgo is. And she loved it. She used to read with it all the time.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, we've got a Gemini moon here. Tammy Pie, hello, Gemini.
Love it.
So many Geminis. Help me.
It's funny because I don't know that many Gemini suns in real life either, because there can only be one. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you and I are Gemini sun, and aren't we both Taurus moon?
Oh, no, but oh my God, Taurus moon. I only date Taurus moons, and I don't do it on purpose. I just tend to like fall in love with someone and then find out they're a Taurus moon. So no wonder I love you, Julie.
Yay!
I'm an Aries moon.
Oh, you're an Aries moon. Okay. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Gigi is saying off topic, but can I just say that I dig both of your flawless home decor games? Thank you.
Thank you.
This
is my this is my grandparents' vintage like mirror and lamps that I just inherited recently.
That is awesome.
I get to look at them every day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. So first deck that you bought for yourself.
The Wild Unknown.
Okay.
It was 2013. And it was on like a boutique, like a fashion boutique, kind of witchy boutique called Bona Drag.
Okay. And then first deck you remember being extremely disappointed in.
Oh, okay, wait. I wrote this down because I was like, I am not going to remember. The Prism Oracle. I have like the first edition and I can't even get rid of it. Like, because the editions now are color. So it's one of those color decks.
Yes.
And it's beautiful and people love it. And I bought it because I really liked the descriptions, like the keywords. But it's white. Mine is white. And then it has like the lines are all different colors. And it's just so they changed it for a reason. Like it feels bland. And then like I'm a big user of Oracle. And so like knowing more what I wanted, like kind of just made that so much more obsolete, like too simplistic. I like a minimal deck, but it was kind of too much little.
So. Is that the James R. Eads or am I mixing
I have it right here. Hold on. I should have like brought it. But...
Oh, no. That's my fault. I have too many questions. Hi, Rose Honey Ritual Meg. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background.
This one.
That one. Okay, I do know that one.
And like the cards it's beautiful to look at, but it's not impactful in a spread. It's not the most.
I understand that. Yeah. I can understand where you're coming from there. Yeah. Okay. First thing you ever started collecting?
Actually, it was tarot.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. First pet?
My first pet was a white cat with a blue eye and a green eye. So it was deaf. If you guys are familiar with, like, it's kind of
Yes.
like a genetic thing.
Yes.
Yeah, if they
Yes.
have, and it's more common in white cats.
Yes.
And its name was Princess Jasmine.
Oh my God.
And it was a boy. I didn't know it was a boy.
That's hilarious.
But I only had it for a few months because I was living with my grandparents, and then my mom met my stepdad, and we moved in with him, and he was allergic, so we didn't take her with us.
Aww. That's always a shame when you have somebody with allergies. I mean, my sister is allergic, and I didn't give a shit. I still adopted a cat, like when I was in grad school, and then when I moved back home, and then she would like be home for the summers. It was just like, I'm sorry, and
You're like, take some Benadryl.
yeah, that's pretty much. I was like, you can deal with it. Just
Yeah.
don't pet her. Like, just stay. But she couldn't help it because she loves animals and she
Oh.
loves cats.
My
So
dad, like, anytime Elfie's at the house, we have to put a sheet on the couch. He can't touch her, and if he does, like, he has to wash his hands right away. He like breaks out in hives.
oh my gosh.
So sad.
Oh,
And he loves her.
Oh, that is always a sad thing when they want to cuddle, but they can't.
Yeah.
So, hello, Gerald Tarot Stash. Nice to see you. All right. First movie you saw in a theater.
Okay, so the first one I remember is when they re-released The Jungle Book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I was like 4.
Okay.
Like 1990.
I don't think I've ever seen that one the whole way through.
Oh my gosh,
I
it's
know.
so good.
I know.
And every Disney film, I'm a Disney head. Every Disney film, like, is known, the classic ones are known for a specific thing. So like Sleeping Beauty is known for its art direction and design. It has the best out of all the classic films. Some are known for storyline, or like 101 Dalmatians is known for being the most innovative and it changing like animation, because the way that they did it more sketch, and you can kind of see closely like the original sketches underneath the final images. But The Jungle Book is known for its characters. It has the best characters.
Oh, awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So did you know that for what was it? Was it Beauty and the Beast? They copied a scene from Sleeping Beauty.
They do it all the time.
Do they? Okay.
So, yeah, like, so animators will like need to animate a certain action, and they'll be like, oh, let me look into like the archives. How did they animate this before? And there you can go on YouTube and look at like
how they
it'll just be like whole videos of like side by sides of times things were like copied. It's kind of fun though. They're like kind of like Easter eggs.
No, they are.
Yeah.
Well, especially back in the day when they were doing subliminal message, like they were putting like dirty things in there that they like
that they will never admit to.
That they will never admit to. Like I used to have the okay, so Little Mermaid was like my jam.
Same, 100%.
Yeah. And I even had the VHS.
Yep.
And okay, first of all, it took me forever. It took me until my college like movie course to realize that there was a big phallus on that cover.
Yeah.
And then also the priest with his, happy pants. I was just like, wow, this is it was anyway.
I love it.
It was a good time, that class. Okay. So, first celebrity crush.
Okay. I think I have 2 like honorable mentions. Like my legit first celebrity crush was Elvis. Because my dad was into Elvis and we used to sing Elvis, and I just thought he was beautiful. But then once I like had my own, as soon as I saw Legends of the Fall, let's say, it's been Brad Pitt my whole life.
Yeah. He has aged like a fine wine, let me tell
you.
you.
And ever since, though, like that was the era of like Brad Pitt having long hair, Johnny Depp having long hair, and I have never looked back. It's always been my thing. I look for boys who have like buzz cuts or hair
or
like longer than their ears. Yeah.
And Brad Pitt does wear a nice skirt. He can wear a nice.
Yes.
He can.
I love gender bending or like non-gendered clothing on anyone. And yes, a man who can wear a skirt or a dress, like so sexy.
Very, he does it so well. I think more men should embrace it because really they're, they're comfortable. I totally. They would be comfortable for men, especially. So awesome. Very cool. I was a huge Elvis fan as well. Did you watch his movies?
Yes.
Yes. My favorite was, I think it was called GI Blues or something like that.
I grew up watching like Blue Hawaii and things like that. Yeah. But I was heavier on like musicals. My grandma and my mom like raised me on musicals.
Yeah, same. So, okay. And then last question for the firsts. First piercing and tattoo.
My first piercing was just my lobes when I was 5, and I went to Claire's, and they did both of them at the same time, which was the smartest thing they could ever do, because I would not have sat for it again. And I was on like a bar height chair, and my mom was standing in front of me, and each girl was on each side, and they did it, and it was just like the shock and the sound of those guns. And I just like went straight from the chair and like jumped into my mom's arms and cried for like an hour.
Oh no.
So I didn't get another like piercing again until I was 17. I don't have any fun piercings. I just have 2 holes. I do want to get a third one.
Yeah.
And then my first tattoo is right here, kind of on my sternum. And it's a Cupid's bow. It's a bow and arrow.
Nice. That must have been painful to get.
It was, but I was so afraid of the pain that like it wasn't necessarily as terrible, and it was pretty quick. It was like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. 15 minutes.
It's just a black. Yeah, it's not a lot of fill in or anything. I did like the guy who was doing it was like I got it in Newport Beach, and the guy who was doing it was like, "Are you okay?" Like halfway through, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." He's like, "Okay, well, you're not breathing." So like, I think I just didn't want to move, you know? I was like scared to move.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny. Okay. And then we'll move on to favorites now. So a favorite hobby outside of tarot.
Oh, I write as like a compulsion to get my feelings out. I love interior design. I love fashion. Like I love personal style. Those are kind of my hobbies. And then like I'm big on like movies and TV. I don't consume as much as I want to, which is probably good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really try to keep up when I can with like the most artistic movies or interesting movies that I'm looking, that I'm into.
Nice. Yeah, I wish I mean, I don't know. The older I get, I feel like the less I read, the less I'm on top of like what's out there in movies and TV shows and just.
I feel like it's so Geminian to be like, to have a million books and have like maybe a quarter or half read. And I just like, that is always in the back of my mind where I'm just like, one day I'm just going to get through all my books beginning to end, like one by one. And I don't know if I ever will. But.
Yeah. It's okay. We're in this together. It's fun. So, all right. Let's see here. Yeah, I saying Johnny Depp was so hot. That was a good
What's Eating Gilbert Grape, number 1.
Yes.
So good.
So, hello, Malika K. Bibi, what's your favorite book and why? Well, that was the next.
We're going to get to that.
What's that?
Oh, was that the next question?
That was well, that's the third question, but we can go to that one now.
We can skip. Okay,
I'll come back to the other one. I'll come back.
Okay, I brought visuals for this one.
Okay.
Okay. I have everything on the floor, so
all good, all good.
Okay, so one, I have like a few because we can't do favorites. Geminis can't do favorites. I can't. Like, there's too many good things in the world.
Well, that's why I say a favorite. We're not narrowing it down. We're just.
I'm going to do real quick. I mean, I have a few, but I'm going to do real quick. We got The Neutron Bomb. It is an oral history of LA punk rock. It's really, really, really good. Okay. It's just like people talking. You know what I mean? Like, it's great. Easy to read, really interesting if you are a music junkie like me. Bohemian Manifesto. This is in like the humor section, but it's so good. And it's about like the different types of bohemians through history. And then there's like a quiz at the back of the book and you can like find out what kind of bohemian, like, are you a beatnik? Are you a dandy? Like, it's so cute. Okay. I love it. Violent Bent Backwards Over the Grass. Lana Del Rey, poetry. So good. She's such an incredible like lyricist and like writer. Like her poetry is like no different. Sextrology, my favorite astrology book. Wow. This references the Bible. It references history, mythology, literature. And it challenges my vocabulary, which is hard to do for a Gemini. this is an amazing book. If you're gonna start somewhere with astrology, this is a great starter too. It's heady though. Like
Okay.
you might need a dictionary. Lastly, good old Joy of Sex.
Awesome. Okay, so I think that is the only one I know. The rest, the books I have not.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll have to put it
Okay,
on my
yeah.
very, very long to read list. It's like a
Yeah.
never ending to, it's a Gemini thing. Whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Gigi says sextrology is so good.
It's so well written. Like it's so good and it's so insightful. I've never like the comparisons that they make to each sign and like the holistic view that they do, like they call, and it's split by gender. So it is pretty binary, unfortunately, but like if you're non-binary or queer, you can like read both and just take what is like relevant and valid to you and resonates and leave the rest, like but like Gemini women, they call them the Juliets of the zodiac, and the girl can't help it was kind of like must have been coined after a Gemini woman. And like that when we're younger, we are like, it's like Clytemnestra and Helen, and like if you know anything about Greek mythology, and we're like the Tinkerbell of like the zodiac. It's really fun. Like it's all
that does sound like fun, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sarah at Water Child Tarot is saying, I love something that Umberto Eco says about books, that it's a wonderful thing to have an aspirational library.
I love that.
I'm going to have to write that down, Sarah. I love that too.
Yeah.
I love that too. That's amazing. Oh, hello, Veronica Jude.
Hi.
Nice to see you. Yeah, we've got a great crowd going on. Okay. So then back to the a favorite thing to shop for other than decks and witchy items.
Everything.
Everything.
I love shopping for anything beautiful. Like, and anything you buy could be beautiful. I want everything I own to be a reflection of who I am and an expression of who I am. And whether that is my measuring spoons or like my dresser or the clothing I wear, I don't always have the resources to be able to do that, but I make do. Yeah, I literally spend so much time like online just fantasy shopping, like, and making lists.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Fantasy shopping, window shopping, virtual window shopping is always a good time, right?
Yeah, it brings me so much joy.
All right. So, okay. Favorite movie and show?
Oh, okay. So shows, I can't even go there. Okay. I like all sorts of shows. I like sci-fi, fantasy, drama. I really do love a good drama, and like the best are kind of provocative, like dramedies. Like those are great too. But movies, I got this. Okay, I wrote my notes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I can't do favorites, but right now and like what came to mind,
a current favorite. How about that?
Right, yeah, current favorites. The Batman. Daddy, you can't convince me otherwise.
With Robert Pattinson, Batman, that one.
It was so beautiful. Like cinematography, like the score, everything. It was like emotions the entire time for me.
Yeah, it's funny because people were giving Robert Pattinson such shit in the beginning, like when they found out that he was cast as the Batman, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He's gonna make a great Batman. Are you kidding me?
Did you see the toxic masculinity guy that he played in Twilight? Like he can do this. Like
yeah, absolutely. And I was such a Twilight whore too. I was just like, yes, give me all our Pat. I think he is one of the most.
For anyone to think that like he is not like constantly in like a DS like relationship in his mind is a joke. He dated FKA Twigs. Like it's not. And have you seen, he's in this one movie, I forget what it's called. I always forget what it's called because I always want to call it Metropolis, but that is obviously not it because that's a classic film from the 20s. It is a movie where he plays a millionaire and his like life is falling apart. It's over one day. Okay. And the entire movie, like 90% of the movie is filmed in a limousine. And he plays most like that. Yes. Like if people think he can't be dominant and he can't be like, go watch that movie. I'll find out what it is and put it in like the
Please do.
Comment.
Please do. I mean, I just think he is an underrated actor. I think
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think, people just typecast him based on Twilight, but
or like Reputation. I don't know. Like, I agree.
And I'm just like, no. this guy's talented. Like,
He's so talented. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, quickly. Nicole Kidman's one of my favorite actors too. A
Oh,
movie she did years ago called Birth about
yes.
her
That one
husband
was
dying
weird.
and then coming back as a
That was
10-year-old
weird.
boy.
That was
Such
weird.
a great movie.
Weird.
And like Taboo, which is very interesting. Like, I don't
Mhm.
know, very great movie. And then I'm like obsessed with Fifth Element. I have been since I saw it when I was like 10 years old, 9
It's a
years
good
old.
one. Oldie but a goodie.
And then Gen X films. So like always on my rotation, Empire Records, Reality Bites, Clueless, Say Anything, The Breakfast Club. Like a good teen film is a good teen or 20-something film, like
So good.
Singles, you know.
So good. Oh, you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we've got another great question. Final cue from me for Bibi. Give us your quick summary of each sign
Roast
per minute.
us. Oh, Malika, we don't have time for that. I will roast you. I'll roast you.
We'll come back for this at the end. We'll see if we have time at the end. We
Yeah.
can totally come back for this. Or maybe you can make your own video, Bibi, on your channel and
I
just
should, yeah.
okay. Let's see here. Favorite crystal.
Okay. I thought about this too. I like the ones that are popular for jewelry. I like the classics. Like I really love sapphire and rubies and emeralds.
Same.
But I wanted to think more in like the witchy realm and like kind of what we have on like altars and things like that. I say like I really like opal. I've always been drawn to malachite, and I'm getting really into citrine, which is
Citrine's
something
great.
that I've resisted for a while.
Oh,
But now
really?
I'm like, this is beautiful, and I'm supposed to like it. They always put us with citrine, right?
Yeah.
Like they always
Yeah.
make Geminis yellow, and like I'm
So
fine.
is that why you're resisting it? Because you're like, no, do not put me in a box.
Yellow is not my favorite color. Like my Aries moon just takes over, you know, and it's like it's about red. Like
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. No, I'm the same way. I love gemstones. Like the gemstone type
yeah.
of crystals. I mean, I wanted a ruby actually for my engagement ring, but then I fell in love with the sapphire. But like rubies, emeralds, just the really bright colored ones. the
Yeah.
shiny ones.
I like the really deep colors, you know,
Yes,
like I like a
yes.
dark sapphire. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, love the Gen X movies. Yes.
Right. You can't go
Marlon is
wrong.
all about pop culture as well. So, okay. A favorite song.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Just how about a current one?
Okay. Okay. A song that makes me feel really good and like ready to go. Boys in the Better Land by the Fontaines DC. Go check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. A
I'm gonna write
classic
this
one that
down.
like can't go wrong is really Anything in Excess. But like
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
yeah. But what's the song? Never Tear Us Apart.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good
Yeah.
one.
Like I'm at anything by like Jesus and Mary Chain. Like yeah.
I don't know them, I don't think. Okay.
They were like 80s alternative, like very guitar driven, like alternative rock. Like they've been in so many movies, especially like Gen X movies, like you would know them.
I probably would if I heard it. But yeah. Okay. Julia, I don't get the yellow thing either. Thank you very much. I am open to. I like yellow.
That's great. You're less judgmental than the rest of us.
Okay. So then, a favorite thing about the autumn season.
Okay, I thought about this. I am not a spoopy girl. Can you tell? Like I'm not a spoopy girl. I do like vampy things. Like I feel like the dichotomy of like the innocent and the seductive is like very interesting to me and like feels at home, right, for me. So like I used to work for a lingerie company, and when I worked for them, I was drawn to the whites and pastels, and then I was drawn to
blacks and reds, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like those were my two sides, right? Like that's like, I don't know, probably stereotypical Gemini, but I think it's less about like Halloween and so on and like those types of things, but like more the just feeling festive. Like the festive spirit starts in fall. And like I would say the weather changed, but girl, it has changed nothing.
I was gonna say where you are, I wouldn't think you.
It was 90 degrees yesterday. Like
I'm sorry.
like October 1st.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Are you ready for your bonus question? Your bonus question. Okay, here we go. So if you had to choose between one of these two things. Okay, you're going to keep one forever and give up one forever. Okay,
Okay.
which of these would you choose? Wearing the color red or your top 2 fave decks of all time?
Oh my God. I think I could give up wearing the color red.
Really?
I think
Okay.
I could, because I can like, I feel at home in like a baby pink or a pastel blue. Like I can do that. And then also I feel most at home with red hair. I don't really have red hair right now, but I feel most like me when I do have it. So,
well, so when I say wear red, I mean on your person in any capacity.
okay.
So
Yeah,
dye,
no, I could do it. I could do
makeup,
it.
nail
I could do
polish.
no red. That's fine.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I know that's weird because you'd
Woo-hoo.
think the opposite, but I'm like, but I like love these decks are like art, you know, like I feel like a curator, and
Mhm.
I don't know if I would want to give those up. Like I don't know if I would love tarot as much if I couldn't
Didn't have.
see the images I want to see, you know.
Fair enough. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Meg is like you're wearing red right now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, and it's funny, like I love the color red, but I don't often wear it. And you would think with my coloring that I would look great in it, but I don't. Actually, I don't. Or maybe
Yeah.
it's like the reds that I'm attracted to that then I wear, and it's just not like actually the best look for me.
Yeah.
So
I have red in my closet, but it's not nearly as much as you would think. So,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Let me see. Let me see if I'm missing any other questions. I think we're good. Any questions or comments that you have for Bibi, please, in all caps so that my old eyes can catch them.
I love
right.
that Water Child Tarot said citrine looks more gold than yellow. I am a Leo rising, so you got me there. I'm like, okay, sign me up.
Okay. So I am a Leo rising. So maybe that's where it was. Okay. So we're both Leo rising and a Gemini sun. Gotcha. All righty.
Like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, are you planning on watching Blonde on Netflix?
I am, but I don't really like to listen to the critics. Like I just want to watch it, and then and then I do like afterwards I'll read like reviews. And see if I agree.
Yeah. So hello, Auntie K's Tarot Insights. Oh, damn, give up, Reddit's not even.
Red is 100% my favorite color. 100%.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
That's the one thing I can pick a favorite on for once.
Yeah. Okay. I heard it's bad from the critic. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I heard it's not great either, but I mean.
Well, I hear that the actress Ana de Armas, I think. I mean, she really does look. I mean, they really did a great job making her look like.
I think it's really hard to play someone so iconic.
It is.
Marilyn and I are birthday twins.
Ah.
And Alanis Morissette. I saw Jagged Little Pill yesterday at the Pantages.
Did you really?
It was great.
That's awesome. Elizabeth Forney, hello. Nice to see you. And they say, oh my God, Bibi, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Aww. All right. So then we have a question from Sarah at Waterchild Tarot. Bibi, what is your top nail polish application or maintenance tip? This is a great question.
Okay, so I guess my top tip is like, it might be deceivingly simple, but like I am such a stickler for when they don't paint your entire nail. Like I don't like, because they'll miss the sides, and I can do it too, you know. And so I like when I'm at home, I don't get manicures a lot. I would love to, but if someone knows like a sugar daddy, like let me know. Just kidding. I don't want to do that. I'm a Gemini where like I don't waste time on people I don't care about, and like I have to love you for me to spend my time on you. So I could never sugar baby, but I just say like don't worry about getting it over the sides, like on your skin. It's so easy to get rid of. Like if you have an orange stick, you guys know those like wood sticks that are kind of angled at the end. Just dip that in your acetone or your acetone free nail polish remover and like clean up afterwards. And something I do too is like I'll wait a couple hours and then I'll take a shower, and then taking a shower gets all of it off of your skin too.
Yeah. So
like then I have like a really clean look. But honestly, I'm not the best nail painter. My mom was a manicurist for a few years.
Oh,
She used
really?
to do it. Yeah, she used to
Nice.
do her own acrylics too.
Nice.
I was never that good.
Yeah, I am not the best nail polish painter either, and so I avoided it for the longest time, but I think it's so pretty. So I've been trying to do it more and more.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I do the same thing where I'm just like kind of sloppy and then I'll clean it up at the end. And then also, and I think I told Sarah this as well. I heard of like I spray Pam, the cooking spray on afterwards to set it.
Oh, wow.
Like rub
My
it
mom
into
always told me to like run my fingernails underneath like cool water or
cool
cold
water, yeah.
right? Like when they're about dry, like
Yes.
almost dry.
Yes. So like after I put in my final top coat, I spray them with Pam
Oh my
and I
gosh.
kind of gently rub it in very gently for about 2 minutes and then I rinse them off with cool water.
That is so smart.
And I feel like it does kind of help to set it. I don't know.
Ooh,
Maybe
I will try that.
let me know how it works for you. If I'm because I read it somewhere and I feel like it actually does work, but I don't know. Works for me anyway. Okay. So let's see. Any other
Oh my gosh, Splenda Daddy. That's amazing.
Daddy, that's so funny. Julia Bada says 1st of June. Me too. Awesome. All right. Okay. So let us go on to the questions. I am sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. She's locked out of the room. So
Oh, I can't hear it.
okay, good. Okay, so now I know you did like on your channel, you did a video where you talked about kind of your tarot origins, how you came about tarot. But for people who might not know that story, would you could you please tell us just, a little bit about how tarot began for you and what was the draw?
Yeah, I think that I've always been interested in like the esoteric, and there was just something so appealing and seductive about tarot in maybe the way that like media showed it. I feel like, and I said this in my video, but like tarot has always been in like the zeitgeist in some way. And so I just remember growing up and seeing it. And my mom had a friend who had an angel oracle that is still, I think it's still in print and I need to get it. It's one of the, I think it's just called the Angel Oracle, but I know there are several with that name. And it's very like old school. And I remember her pulling cards for us and giving us crystals. And I was like, wow, this is part of like the world that I don't know much about that seems really amazing and interesting. And then, yeah, like I never bought a deck, not because I knew anything about the, like, you have to be gifted your first deck type of thing. It wasn't really that. I didn't really hear of that until I was like in Tarotube. It was like, I didn't see myself using the writer's like Waite Smith. Like I just didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't appeal to me. The colors didn't appeal to me. I didn't want to spend my time like playing with it. And then I saw The Wild Unknown in 2013 and I was like, oh, this is happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is happening.
And I think I just filmed a video recently where I said like, I don't think I'd buy The Wild Unknown now. Like if knowing what I want and like what I already have, what I'm interested in. But there's something, I mean, I'm never going to get rid of it. I have the one in the tin, like the mini, and then I have my original one. Yeah. But I used the book on that. Yeah. And would read my friends and family at like Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything. And they would all line up for me to read them. And I would just do a like Celtic cross and it would take 45 minutes.
Oh yeah. Same.
Like, and I would just use the book descriptions for, I think until like 2017, like late 2017. And then I was like, okay, I want to actually learn this. Like, cause I was watching things on YouTube and things like that. So, I bought a couple books and then I started memorizing, meanings of cards and expanding my collection.
That's so awesome. I think you and I started like around the same time because I also had an idea about tarot and, used tarot here and there, like with the book, but not super seriously, on and off. And then 2017 was when I was like, actually, I really want to take this more seriously. So yeah, very awesome. But and you're not the first one to say that. For someone who bought The Wild Unknown as like one of your first decks, that like if you had to go back, you probably knowing what you know now, you probably wouldn't have gotten that deck, So
well, and I agree when people criticize it as like not the best beginner deck, I totally get that. And I understand. But at the same time, like, the RWS feels overwhelming with symbology when you start out too.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, there's that like pro and con to it, you know, like there's so much to divine from it, but at the same time, it's like as a newbie, you're like, oh my gosh, like how do I read this? You
Yeah,
know, am I missing
absolutely.
anything? Kind of
Right. No, absolutely. Okay. Elizabeth Forney has a question. The all caps feel so bizarre. I feel like I'm an obsessed fan.
We're
No,
all
you're
Kanye
doing
West. We're all Kanye West in here.
like
Like,
you're doing me a favor. You're doing my old eyes a favor. So she asks, or they ask, Bibi, do you have a daily tarot practice? If so, what is it? If not, how often do you pull cards for yourself? What kind of spreads do you do?
so I think that I am a minority in our community as far as the way that I use tarot and like how often and reading myself, etc. I like to pull an oracle card when I remember. I
Mhm.
have one at my desk at home. I work hybrid, so I have one at my desk at home right now that I pull around daily, and then
Mhm.
I have one at work that I pull around daily. So I just reflect on it. I let it set the tone of the day. I used to read more for myself, but I find more and more that I hate it. I hate reading for myself.
Oh,
Um,
oh man, that's
I
the
like
fun of
I
it.
know, right? This is so like controversial. Hot take. I hate reading for myself. I feel like I simplify. Like I feel,
Mm,
and that's why I bought Tarot on Earth, and like that's why I love like when Tom Benjamin does videos about um diving deeper instead of just looking at a card at face value, because
mhm.
I'll dive deeper for someone else,
But
but for
not for
me
yourself.
it's like I feel like I'm so self-aware and I know my inner world. Like I just pull like a 3 card spread and then I'll just be like, okay, yeah, like that's what it means. And then like I'm not really like, I feel like I self-analyze as it is, like
Mhm.
enough, but tarot isn't something that pushes me in that way, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. No, I do. I actually do. I mean, I think maybe it's a Gemini thing, but I do feel the same way. But for me, tarot, I don't mind if it's surface. I mean, I can go deep. I do make the effort to go deep, especially when and so I'll use certain spreads, to
Mhm.
make that effort and have the
Yeah,
journal out and everything. But those simple 3 card ones, I enjoy those too, where it's like you can just
yeah.
look at it and be like, okay, it's
Totally. I
yeah.
spreads wise, I really do. I'm really digging like the 3 card embrace, focus, release. I don't
Oh
remember where I
yeah,
first saw it, but it was more recent that I saw it, and I
that's
really
a great
liked
one.
that.
Hmm.
And I'm always looking for new spreads. I'm always looking for, and kind of mid-size. I feel like we see 3 card spreads and then like 10 card spreads.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like always looking for more like 5, 6 card spreads.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
I feel like that would be a good one. And when I do other people, depending, like I just did my mom's birthday party, I did a 3 card spread and tried to
mhm.
keep it like 5 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I like doing a Celtic cross still. Like I think I understand it really well, and I know it by heart and everything. But most people who ask me for a reading and want a 20 to 30 minute reading, I'll do like a 5 card, and sometimes I'll do a spread, and sometimes I'll just wing it.
Yeah. No,
You know,
absolutely. Freestyle is the way I went for a really long time and still do.
yeah.
I think that's my kind of go-to, just kind of freestyling it.
Mhm.
But it's fun
I
to
envy, like, do you know like Bakara Wintner, who wrote
what the
WTF
fuck
is
with
Tarot?
tarot and how do I yeah. Mhm.
She when she used to do her like live readings on Sundays on Instagram, and like
Oh,
she just is a throwdown, and then at the end you just have this big collage of all these, like I wish I could intuit the way she does. Like
yeah. That
it's
sounds awesome.
so cool. Like
Very nice. Just read card says, Bibi, you're in downtown. You're so close to me.
let's hook up, girl. I always need
Funsies.
in real life tarot friends.
Funsies. Yeah. Okay. So let me see here. Let me see if I'm missing anything else. Nope. And it's funny that you still like the Celtic cross because I hate it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it.
Well, I think
I don't use it that often, but
what's that?
I don't use it that often.
Yeah, I think it's because I really it's the I don't know, lingering trauma from feeling like I had to do it and that was the only thing I could do. So when
Yeah,
I would read for friends and I had like 5 friends who won, I mean, I would do the Celtic cross every single time and it took
it's exhausting.
forever.
I was
And
the
I'm just like,
same.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I never want to do this spread again.
We'd
Ever.
be in like Palm Springs and they'd be like, read me. And I'm like, we're on vacation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So, okay. All right. And then do you have like say a preferred, tarot system?
I mean, I'm like many other people, and I'm most familiar with RWS.
Okay.
I like, though, I've noticed that I've like gone away from clones, and I don't need, I'm looking for things that are different. I'm looking for images that are different because I love that like a deck can have its own thing. Like, for example, Dark Days Tarot, I read a friend of mine, she had just trigger warning on like miscarriages, but like she had just miscarried and she was in a not great marriage and she was devastated because she wanted another, or she wanted a child. She hadn't become a mother yet. And I was pulling for her with Dark Days, and I think a different deck too. I like to do two different ones. Part of that is aesthetic, and part of it is just getting like different perspectives. And I pulled the Empress, and the Empress was pregnant. And she got pregnant within 6 months and in a new relationship 6 months later. So like things like that are like really cool to me. And I've talked about my opinion about like a pregnant Empress and how I don't always love it. And like, but for that one, and it was a mermaid. I don't know. There were like lots of elements to it. And I like that all of my decks have something different about them. So I know a pregnant Empress isn't like, ooh, special. It's like kind of standard. But like with the Dark Days, there are lots of images that are very non-traditional. And it helps me, like, it just gives me different pings. It gives me different readings. And like, so yeah, RWS, but like weirdo RWS.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Like it has an RWS flavor, but then also branches out. Are you interested in learning like any other type of like tarot?
Yeah, I mean, I have some Thoth decks. I have like the Crowley deck, and I have Telesma that is based on Thoth, and like I'll realize, I don't even realize it's Thoth usually until like I'm reading with it, and then I'm like, oh wait, like it says force, or it says art, or it's like 8 and not 11, or you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, this is based on something else. I think that like for me, if we're using our intuition, like we can read anything. But as far as system, I am very interested in Thoth. I just haven't, I feel like it's a huge undertaking, like, like,
I know.
and I'm just not ready to commit to that yet,
Yeah. And I think, and it is, and you know how sometimes Geminis can be kind of that all or nothing. And I'm trying really not to be that way with the Thoth. So I'm really trying to take it easy. And it's going all right, so far it's going all right. I'm putting as much into it as I want to. So
lean into that like jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Dabble.
Trying. Hello, Ina, know thyself.
Hi.
Hello everyone. So yes. Bibi has her reveal. I'm so honored that she has her reveal on my channel. It's so awesome. Okay.
This was the plan all along.
I love it. Okay. Has anyone seen? Okay, so no. Wait, actually, I have. I feel like I have.
I haven't.
I feel like I have. I liked it. Okay. So then the next question was, do you incorporate Oracle into your readings? And you already answered that you do, in fact, use a lot of Oracle. And so do you find that like your feelings about tarot versus Oracle are like equal love? If you had to choose one or the other, like which,
No, I think I could get rid of every Oracle I have if I had to.
Okay.
Yeah. I know, right? Like when a Gemini knows, like the shock.
I was like, whoa. Because I mean, I will say on your channel, I do see, I noticed that it's more tarot than Oracle.
Yeah.
But that you do use Oracle. So I
have a lot more tarot than Oracle. But I love using Oracle in a spread. And the reason is like, I like to diversify the spread, and I like to get more overarching like thematic elements. So I'll do a spread, and then I'll and I want it to be beautiful. Like I want it to have a lot of meaning. I want to be able to connect with the person I'm reading, but I want them to look at it and go, this is a composition and this is a piece of art. And Oracle helps me do that, and it also helps me reiterate the things that need to be said. So if there is like a 7 of Swords, and then there's also like an Oracle card that says self-betrayal, like it's just driving things home for the person that I'm reading,
Absolutely.
And so so when I go to pull like a deck or for someone, I'll pull maybe like at minimum maybe 1 oracle, or if I'm doing a party, maybe I won't do any oracle. But if I'm doing it for a friend or a client, I'll pull up to like 5 oracle decks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's like a spread, like, like.
It is a spread.
Yeah.
So Krista's saying, very, very all or nothing with Thoth.
Yeah.
I hear ya. Yep. Okay. So, let me see here. Okay. So then how do you, okay. Well, before we get to that question, the question that popped up in my head is when you're using Oracle and Tarot together, since you are very much into, the art and composition aspect, then aesthetically they do have to match or it's going to bug the shit out of you.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, it's part of the process, but like, I think that in this platform, we've all kind of realized that there are so many decks that we wouldn't necessarily think work together,
but do.
So, if it looks terrible, I'm not going to use them together.
Okay.
But I have surprised myself with what does look great together, and that's like an artistic, fun process too,
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so how do you choose the decks that you work with? I mean, when you're so it sounds like you don't read as much for yourself, but when you're reading for friends or other people, how do you go about choosing which ones?
So there's kind of 2 main sides to that, and one is, what am I feeling most comfortable reading lately? What do I feel most inspired by? What's going to get the most for this person, like from my point of view, right? Like if I have a deck that I'm not connecting to, I'm not going to pull it, because then I feel like I'm doing the querent like a disservice, but then like at the same time, I'm always thinking about who I'm reading. If I don't know who I'm reading and I just kind of know demographics, like this person's gender, or like there maybe a couple of their interests or what they look like, I don't know if anyone on here follows like human design, but in human design, which is a system that was created in the 80s, and it's based off of the Kabbalah tree of life, the I Ching, the aura system, and astrology. And it like separates you into aura types and what type of like person you are. I am a projector, which means like really my aura sees one like inside a person. Like I can tell, I feel like I can divine a lot from a person just by looking at them, and so I kind of go off of that and go like, what would work for them, and like what do I think they would relate to or want to see, or maybe if they don't even know that, like what I don't know, I just find like what I think is a good fit, and then from that tarot deck, then I will go to Oracle and I'll go more on aesthetics than what's right for me or them, kind of thing. But you always lean into the decks you like to read. So if I love an Oracle, I try to find a way to like fit it in,
Yeah, no, absolutely. So human design sounds interesting.
It's amazing.
With Bibi.
Look it up. I can't even explain it here. Like it's too much.
And then
cool, you're a projector.
Projector too.
Okay, Temple Tarot. I am a 6'2" profile. So let me know your profile, because that's part of it too. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Okay, yeah, I'll leave you two to that. So okay. So all right. And then around how many decks would you say you have? Do you count? Do you keep track?
I used to, and I still can't. Like I thought about counting them last night and I didn't. I think I have around 60, definitely 65 plus tarot, and then maybe like 20-ish oracle.
Okay. Alrighty.
It's not like the biggest of collections, but again, like I mentioned, I feel like a curator, and I get rid of decks when I feel like, oh, I'm getting closer, or like more focused on like who I am and what I want to present like as a reader, you
Right.
know?
No, that makes sense.
And I like so many decks that I don't own. I've gotten rid of so many decks I don't own. I still kind of regret getting rid of Pagan Otherworlds, but I literally never used it.
Yeah.
Now,
Always
who's
the
to
thing.
say if that's my, like, sorry guys, who's to say if that's my philosophy on tarot? Because I have a lot of decks I don't really use that much. So
Mhm.
like, I'm sitting here looking at, oh my gosh, I don't know the name of it. It's the one that has the opposite major arcana. It's like earthy and witchy, and the major arcana is like,
Which is wisdom?
yes, okay, which is wisdom. Love it. Not really my vibe. Don't really use it, but like I feel like there's a place for it in my
Mhm.
collection and that I will maybe use it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like if I'm reading a really earthy person, like, or crunchy person, like maybe I'll like, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why do I have that and I don't have Pagan Otherworlds? But I did buy the Eros Tarot, and that's kind of satisfied me for now. I probably will repurchase Pagan Otherworlds at some point. It's just so
Gotcha.
beautiful. And I kind of like the pips. That's what's so
The
beautiful.
pips are beautiful, I will
Yeah.
say. I mean, it's never a deck that's appealed to me, but
Yeah.
and the pips are beautiful.
Yeah.
They really
Yeah.
are. They really are.
That's what I like most about it. It's not really the people for me or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
really the pips.
The pips.
Mhm.
So Temple
Which
Tarot.
is weird because I mean, I use a pip deck sometimes, but I don't like prefer it or love it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hear you. So Temple Tarot is saying I'm a
Oh, okay.
5 splendid
Splenic projector. I'm a 6'2". Is it called emotional? Like, cause yeah, I think it's emotional projector.
Okay. So would you say that you have a soul deck or, a ride or die deck? And if so, what would that be for you?
That is a video that I am going to make
Okay.
and
Okay.
post. But I have, what I did was, I think I'm combining the 10 pieces of my soul video with my birth chart.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm going to do 10 pieces of my soul, and I'm going to do all of my planets.
Okay.
Like I'm going to so there will only be 10 decks. So one will be like this piece of my soul, and it will express my like Capricorn Mars type of thing.
Gotcha.
And then I think there's an honorable mention because there's 9 planets. So
okay. So then
I know spoilers here.
all right. If you want to know, you're going to have to go to her channel and watch it, people. I'm an emotional manifesting generator.
Yeah, cool.
Great. I don't know what that means. I'm going to
I
have
know
to
it's
do
something
some
new
homework
to
on this.
study. It's very cool. It really gets you to like how to go about the world and what you should be doing in life, or like how to approach like life. It's really cool.
Yeah. Can't wait for the video.
Yay!
It's a cool idea, says Star. Hello, Candy. Nice to see you. Okay. So, and then Gigi, please say it's a tag. Oh my God, that would be.
I don't know if you can make up a tag name, I'll tag it. But I was gonna tag it with 10 pieces of my soul because I definitely will do that. But
very cool. Okay. So decks that you are, 1 or 2 decks that you are currently using or in love with at present.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 2, and they're both new-ish.
Okay.
I'm so obsessed with the Aquamarine Tarot.
Aquamarine.
It's a collage deck.
This. Yes.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And then I'm also like equally obsessed with the 1001 Nights.
The 1001 Nights. I have seen that one too. Yes. Yes.
Just surprisingly, like I first like went through it and was like, am I going to like use this a lot, or is this going to be like a picture book that I love, like situation? But I like went through it again, and I'm like, you know what? This has like a lot of pictures in it, images in it that like I can read from, that makes sense to me. Like, because it's hit or miss. You're always hesitant with like a pre-existing art deck, right? Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
Unless you're making it yourself, like you do.
Yeah. Yes, unless it's like all in my head and it makes sense to me. That's the only thing that matters. So
I mean, in a collage deck, what is that other than a pre-existing art deck? But like you're just making it your own,
No, that makes, I agree. So then are there any decks that you are trying to connect with, but you cannot?
Okay, I'm going to need your help with this because this is a favorite of yours. And I so love it. And I think it is very like a part of a pocket of my personality that I want to like and I have to, to be fair, I haven't tried very hard to connect with it yet. So I would love to know your tips.
Okay. Oh yes, Darkwood, yes.
It's just so beautiful.
Good. So good.
I wish okay, so I know a lot of people don't like this, but I wish the cards were a tiny bit bigger.
Oh no,
so that
yeah.
the images were bigger.
Well, the images, I agree. I mean, I wish they had, blown it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
The filigree borders are nice and all, but I would have sacrificed that for a larger image, which you get that in the book, which is great and all. And also I would much prefer it in the deck itself. So I do understand that.
So maybe we can like take it offline and have a convo about how I think
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody
this is you see her? Anais.
What's her name? Anise?
Anais.
Oh, Anais. Yeah. Hello.
She just had her birthday. She's a Leo. She had her birthday not too long ago.
Yeah.
She's a year old.
Aw. She's still a youngie. She's still a baby.
Yeah, she's tiny.
She is tiny. Okay, yes. And if anybody in the live chat also has Darkwood that has their own tips.
Oh yeah, please. I would love some.
Please, Star. I thought she was going. I did not think she was going to say that at all. That is not a Bibi deck.
Yeah, no.
So, okay. And then are there any decks that you wanted to or thought you would hate, but now you own and love?
Okay, so this might be a little bit of a cheat, but I used to have the Star Tarot, and I could not get over the borders or how small they were. Because I could probably take off the borders if they weren't so small. But the fact that they were so small, I think I originally bought the Star Tarot modded, and there were no borders. And then I bought the newer one. Still, I don't know. I just like, and the artist and the artwork, like so good. But like I just didn't like it. Like I didn't like reading with it. And then Maggot Rose Honey Ritual was like, you got to get Celestial. And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. And like, this has like borders that are like obnoxiously like kind of light blue, kind of weird blue. And I kind of love it. Like, I don't know. There's just something about it. It's different than the purple and it's still retro and it's still kind of tacky in like an 80s, 90s way. It's like perfection. Like
gotcha. Okay. Celestial Tarot. I'm gonna have to I've seen that and I know that I've been tempted by that deck because it's Greek mythology, right? Is that another Greek mythology?
Yeah. And I was gonna say for this question, I was gonna say Tarot of the Cat People, but then I was like, be real with yourself. You always wanted Tarot of the Cat People. Like,
come on now.
There was never a moment that I thought that art was not cool, you know? Like,
okay, so there's that. Wait, say Sexy Spooky Disney Ladies isn't a Bibi deck? No, we are talking about Everyday Witch, which is totally not a Sexy Spooky Disney. That's more like I don't know what to call that. That's like
I don't know. I want to say like folk art, but I love folk art, like John Bauer Tarot, like.
But that I would say that Everyday Witch doesn't even fall in that camp either.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And to me, like when I first got that deck, I was also kind of a bitch about the style of artwork. Not to say that Elizabeth Alba is not talented; she is clearly talented, but it just wasn't my bag, or so I thought, and now I adore it. You know,
I'm not like super witchy in like a traditional sense, but I think that the scenes in that deck are so fun. Like, oh, she's talking about Dark. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a Bibi. Yeah.
No, that is definitely, but you're still having trouble connecting with it. I see what you're saying.
Yes. Oh, okay. The art, like I love, like I think it's great. Like it's very Disney dark women.
It is. It totally is. Oh, love it. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Okay. A deck that got away. So that you had the chance to get it, but you.
I wrote some down. And some of these are like, they're only a few, but like they're not necessarily even ones that got away because like they were never in print when I like, you know, until I discovered them after the fact. I guess blame Tarotube, but Lenora Carrington, I do like majors decks, and I have some, and I use them more as oracles. So I just use them to supplement my readings or to center my readings, right? So I'll just pull one in the middle, and then we'll just do a reading around it.
Okay.
Majestic Earth, I definitely missed the boat on that, and it makes me very sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. I'll own it eventually. And I'm not even in the market right now, so please don't tell me if someone's selling it because I can't buy it. But I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
I have fallen in love on Tarotube with the Golden Rider. I would much prefer using that than like the Centennial version that I have. I like that, like, it's 70s. I love the gold, and I love the bright pink in it. The Royal Fez Moroccan, so cool.
Okay.
And then lastly, the Shakespeare Oracle Tarot.
Yes, I've heard of that. Yes.
Is really good, and it has like the quotes and stuff. There's a Shakespearean, there's many, and they're only slightly different, like the spelling is different. Shakespearean with an I want that one too. But I'm just like, I like when I started watching like the biggies, what I call like the biggie tarot tubers, and I was like watching a lot of like Lisa Pepez and things like that. And that's kind of how I found most of all of you guys, is like through her channel. But she was like, kind of has that, I have this wish list and I just have faith like it's gonna come to me. Like, it's great. And that's kind of how I feel about it.
I feel the same way as well. If it's like if I'm meant to have it, I'm meant to have it. And if not, there are other interviews from the Actors Studio.
I love those.
I used to love the Actors Studio. I don't think it's on anymore.
No. Did he die? I don't know if he's still.
I don't know. I just all of a sudden was never on anymore after that. Like I used to catch it, but then again, I don't watch a lot of like cable TV anymore either. So I mean, I just lost track of it. But Actors Studio, yes, literally all those are on my list too. Yeah,
too good.
Yep, Golden Rider, same. Okay. So let's see. Okay, bye, Sarah. Thank you
for
joining
coming.
us.
Awesome.
But yes. Okay. So what compelled you to begin a Tarotube channel?
I felt like there was no one who had my specific like perspective or style. And like, I was really missing like seeing that. Like, and I was like, well, what if there are other people who can relate to like what I like or how I do things, or everyone, it's so great in like the community. Like everyone has their own reason for doing tarot, their own practice with tarot, their own connection with tarot. Like people who are so great at reading themselves and like, they're like, oh, I will never read another person. Like, or like the fact that I feel free to even say, yeah, I can dive deep in tarot, but I also have it as an art collection. Like, which is something that maybe that gave me kind of an inferiority complex in the past. Like, just, I felt like I had things to say about tarot and things. I feel like it's like very innate in a Gemini to like, we want to express ourselves and we want to be understood. And like, so I was just like, just do it. And like, honestly, I had wanted to do one for a long time. And then Meg at Rose Honey Ritual was like, just do it. Like, I will watch your videos. And it literally took one person saying, I would watch your video to do it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Good job, Meg.
Good job. She's so good.
Okay. So Ina is asking, Bibi, do you know about the Scampini Shakespearean Romeo and Juliet tarot?
I do, and it's really cool. I have the Scampini tarot, the medieval one, and I love it. And somebody offered the Romeo and Juliet one to me, but like, I think they were selling it. So I was like, it's not the time right now, because I was buying, she had both, and I was buying the medieval Scampini. Gotcha. But yeah, I think that's on my list, but it's definitely, because I have a Scampini tarot, it's not like the top of my list when it comes to Shakespeare.
Gotcha. So what advice would you give to somebody who is beginning to learn, tarot, oracle, just card divination?
I think three things. One thing, buy WTF is Tarot, because just the intro made me cry and was so inspiring and was so inviting. Like, you can do this. Like, it's in everyone. And I really do like the way that she talks about her own experiences in life, because that's kind of the way I relate to things. If a friend's telling me about something they're going through, I'm going to tell them how I've been through something similar so that they don't feel alone or they feel seen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think like she's an incredible like source of information and like intuitive knowledge. There are tons of cool, awesome, good, you know, tarot teaching guides and all that kind of thing. But
Yes,
that was
absolutely.
something that resonated with me emotionally.
Mhm.
I would say learn the definitions of the cards and like memorize keywords, but then forget them and just go off of what you feel.
Mhm.
Um, and to not feel like it's this lofty thing that is like above you and that you have to do it any certain way, really.
Great advice. Great advice. And then any words of wisdom for somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel and be a content creator?
Literally just do it and like be authentic. Like just do it. Like anyone who I had been talking about doing a YouTube channel for so long, and I have so many interests that like I see my YouTube channel or maybe making a new one with like more than just tarot content.
Mhm.
But tarot felt like such a cool way in. I didn't have to show my face because we all have hangups about like our insecurities and things like that. And even just being comfortable in front of a camera is odd, you know.
It
It's
is
like
odd.
talking to someone else is okay, but talking to no one, like vloggers, like even if they stop vlogging for 2 weeks, they're like, oh, it's weird, you
Yeah.
know. Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
takes a while to get used to.
It
So
does. Yeah.
yeah, like I just that was my way in and it was something I was passionate about and like I still don't know if I like when I'm going to make different types of content, but like
Mhm.
I feel like just someone telling me to do it who
Mhm.
already does it was like, okay, yeah, let's just do it. And like
Yeah.
the reaction I've gotten it's just been so amazing. Like
Mhm.
people are so, at least in this community, like they're so supportive.
Yeah,
Like
they are. They
they're
really
so
are.
great.
Absolutely. And again, yeah, if you just make the channel that you want to make, and yeah, you don't have to show yourself. There are many reasons why people don't want to show their face, and it's totally fine. It is,
Mm-hmm.
it is totally fine.
That being said, if you want to like, and not that any this is news to anyone, but if like I were to tell someone who is new and doesn't know a lot and like maybe has aspirations, like I think people definitely can still make careers on tarot, not tarot, on YouTube. I
Mhm.
mean, hey, maybe they can make career on like tarot YouTube too. I would say showing your face definitely helps with views and like
Yeah, it does.
subscribers. Yeah, like
I mean,
if
it
you're
does. Yeah.
wanting to monetize, like maybe show your face.
Yeah, no, yeah. It depends on the goal. So it depends
Yeah.
on, what your intentions are. So if it is something where you are looking to monetize, if you are looking to increase your subscribers, then the face thing is definitely a factor that, you know, it does
Yeah.
help a lot. And if you're just looking to connect, and just to like chat and be a part of the community, then that's a different, that's different. So
Totally.
yeah, very cool. All right. So I think we have covered all the questions. So let me see. Yeah, I think we've covered all the questions. So can you tell us if there's anything like new coming up on your channel or where people can find you? Because you do give readings, right? Correct?
I
Well,
do,
yeah.
yeah. And I'm not gonna reach out to people because that's
Yeah.
like super shady. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, you can ask, like, you can request a reading on like my videos in the comments, or I mean, probably a better place so that we can schedule something would be on Instagram. I do have a tarot Instagram, but I'm probably more active on my main Instagram. I try
Okay.
to keep up on both, so
Okay.
I do get my messages. Like, I will see it within
Okay.
like a day or so. But yeah, so I have those. And then my channel lately has been quieter than I would like it to be, and probably will be for the next month or two. I have like a last minute move that I'm doing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, I'm leaving my current place and moving by November 1st. So I have like, it's a lot of like last minute scurrying around and like
Yeah.
organizing and coordinating. So I'm gonna try to be putting out videos, but we'll see like
Yeah.
how many, you know.
It gets hard towards the end of the year with,
We'll be back to
holidays and
business like once I'm settled, but
awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, if that, I don't see any other questions. So thank you so much, Bibi. This was so much fun.
Thank you. I had
Love
a ton of
having
fun.
you. Thank you to everyone who dropped in on the live chat and for those of you who are watching the playback. So once again, if any of you are interested in coming on for a casual convo, please do contact me. The best way is probably via email, which you can find on my about page, or you can DM me on Instagram. You can find me. So yeah, let me know. And hello, Chrissy, nice to see you. We are wrapping up here. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so yes, thank you again, Bibi. And check out her channel. Check out all the links in the description box below. And until the next time,
subscribe if you're not.
Yes, subscribe, absolutely. So yeah, and so until the next time, much love and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.